you have aligned yourself with this energy to where like the more doubt that people throw on your goals or dreams, or even the more doubt that you throw on them, it just like kind of it gives like opposite day, right? So you know, for as many times as somebody says like, "Oh, you can't do that," or "That's impossible," you will literally it like becomes even more possible for you. And this goes for the things that you tell yourself too, right? I don't know. I guess romance stuff is very pertinent or whatever, or even just like friendships. So say you had this mindset of like, I'm just not the type of person who is able to like either like make true friends, or it's impossible to actually meet people who are loyal and steadfast, and who will be a good friend. Like I can't find those people. Then you're just like going to find those people, right? So it's like I think that there's this perception that you know you have to be overly cautious with the things that you speak into existence, which like you do, right? But like you're not going to derail your whole life. It's gotten beyond that point, right? So even if you have a moment of weakness where you're like, "Oh, I'm never going to find my dream friend group, or I'm never going to achieve my dream goals and my dream job." It's like you've done enough energetic work and stuff like that, and like you're already on this, like I'm seeing like a river rapids, Um you know what I mean? It's sort of like, say somebody's on this like river rapids, and you're like, I don't know, safely on something, whatever, and you're like, "Oh, there's no way I'm gonna keep going in this direction," right? Like, um, it's sort of like the energy's already carrying you there. Um, it's like you've already aligned yourself with the energy of your highest timeline and emotional fulfillment, because you manifested that so heavily, having emotional fulfillment in your life, to where it just like whatever will genuinely bring you emotional fulfillment, you will have and you can do. It's giving like at this time the main obstacles would be the like one in your mind, right? Like going along with that like river rapids example, it's sort of like, if you just stayed there, even if you didn't move or whatever, and you just like kept going in the same direction, you would achieve the life, or like the vibrate like life vibration that you truly desire. The only way you can mess that up is if you intentionally like flip the boat over that you're in. You know what I mean? Like you would have to like panic, um, you know, and like again, you would have to derail yourself in some sense, because you're on a direct route to, again, it's just like, because I'm getting that the lifestyle, I guess, that your highest timeline could entail, it could be different, right? It could look a little different, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be the same sort of level of happiness and fulfillment, whatever. But it can look different based on certain choices that you make. But like, okay, so I don't know if there's like a certain type of person or whatever that is your dream type, then like if you weren't with this type of person, you would be truly settling, like, and not just superficially. I mean, like, genuinely, you would genuinely be settling, and it would not resonate with your soul to be with somebody who was not like this, okay? This is just an example. And then, but you're like, "Oh, there's no way I could ever pull that person. There's no way they would ever want me or accept me. There's no way that, like, their family would accept me, blah, blah, blah." It's getting that, like, you know, the universe is too large of a place for you to say that something is impossible like that. It's giving like, even if there's one person in the whole world who would fit that criteria, and also like accept you and be loving towards you, and like their family would be accepting towards you and everything. There's only one person in the world, and they're age appropriate and everything like that. Um, you meet that person, right? There's like a sense of precision in regards to your life at this time, to where it doesn't really like the 3D material, like physical obstacles of something are not going to hold you back in any way from actually achieving the life that you desire. It's, you know what I mean? So it is kind of giving like, oh, uh like miracle baby energy or something like that, or release of like limited beliefs. So because I know some people have like physical limitations and stuff like that, but it's sort of giving that like there's a way that you can still kind of experience certain things. um you know what I mean? and it will still feel the same. It's, so that could be like, oh, if you like are physically incapable of having kids, but that's like your dream, then you finally get to the point where you're like open to the idea of like adoption and are able to do that, and you don't feel any disconnect. Like they basically are spiritually still your child because that was like a fated thing to happen, like that child like needed you, whatever. It's something like that. And I don't know, this is kind of weird, but it just came up. So say, you have like a dream of being a painter, right? But you have like problems with your hands and stuff like that. It's giving like you know, learning how to like paint with your feet or something, and actually being successful in that, and actually being able to do it well and to express yourself through that. Because like, I saw an example of like that did happen, like, someone who could do stuff like that. So it's just giving that like anything that is a perceived like limitation in some way, it's like the universe is doing everything in its power to figure out how to get you as close to that dream as you possibly can, um so that you can experience your life to the fullest, right? But it's giving that like there's something that you have in your mind, maybe for a very long time. Maybe again, it could be due to like very real limit, like, physical or like mental blockages and stuff like that. But it's like something in regards to them being overcome to where you don't feel like you are missing out in that way. Like, say somebody who has been in like a wheelchair their whole life or something like that, and then they thought that no one would ever like, love them or want to be with them. And it could even have to do with like if you have like a disability, uh you know like a really genuine disability and stuff like that, and still thinking like, oh, I'm never actually going to be able to find love or like be able to be independent. And there's something about like, again, being able to achieve like still emotional fulfillment in the ways that you genuinely desire to, like regardless of anything that is like a quote unquote like setback, right? And so I think that you will start to see this happen in little ways, um like the alleviation of things that you thought were going to be lifelong problems or blockages for you. um it's either like the alleviation of certain ailments, or like, what I mean, I'm not a doctor, I just mean like y- that's just the energy. It's just like things that were could have been physically holding you back, and that could be financially too, are just going to stop being obstacles towards your happiness. It's like you will be able to achieve your emotional fulfillment truly, like notwithstanding any sort of things that you perceive to be like things that you can't change about yourself, right? So this could have to do with like, things that you can't change about yourself again. Again, so like, I don't know, your height or your age, or like, um, I don't know, where like, I don't know, like your hair texture, or like what your genetics or something like that. And like there's some sort of like lack mindset surrounding an aspect of yourself that can't be changed. And it's like, again, I just keep getting this because I guess the reminder needs to be said. um like regardless of what that thing is, you're still going to get what you desire, like, and not in a superficial desire type of way, or like, oh, I believe this is what will make me happy. It's like something that would genuinely emotionally fulfill you and give you a fruit, like an abundant life. you know your life, it will allow your life to feel abundant, and you're like still going to get whatever that is. That's basically the message. um you know it's sort of like the things that people try to say were impossible for you specifically because of X, Y, and Z aren't aren't impossible for you. Okay. um and you will actually be able to be happy and live a full life regardless of whatever that thing is. It may just like look different than other people's version of a full and abundant life, but it's like it will be full and abundant for you. Like you will feel satisfied. It's not like you will feel like you're missing anything. um you know what I mean? You won't feel like your life is incomplete in some way, right? um you know what I mean? So